Hi, my name is Equitable Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're continuing our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. Today we're going to talk about a subject matter that's going to come up faster than you know it, and that has to do with summer custody schedule. I guess before we discuss the problems that will no doubt come up in the summer custody schedule, we should probably discuss, is there an ideal schedule? Well, what does an ideal schedule mean? Ideal schedule could mean a schedule that nobody will complain about and there won't be any problems, or ideal as defined by the court. I suppose if you want to find out what ideal defined by the court is, that's fairly simple. Most of the circuit courts, particularly in this area, have a sort of default schedule of holidays and summer. And they might allow for a couple weeks of uninterrupted parenting time in the summer for the non-custodial parent. And the rest of the time will be subject to the standard schedule. You have your regular parenting time and your summer parenting time. Now, a lot of times people get confused about the difference between the two. I've heard some parents say, well, I was told that once my ex gets his summer parenting time, there is no more summer parenting time. And that's what I believed, and so I agreed to that. But now I find out that he still gets every other weekend. That's true, because the every other weekend is not summer parenting time. That's regular parenting time. The summer parenting time refers to that part of the summer that is outside the normal schedule, but the normal schedule still plays a role in the other weeks of the summer. So let's say, for example, the summer is 12 weeks. 2 weeks of it is subject to summer parenting time, and the ex-husband, let's say, has the kids for continuous 2 weeks, and they go to Disneyland, or they go to Bermuda, wherever they go, whatever. Once the kids come back, the summer parenting time for that, the specific summer parenting time for that dad is now over. But that doesn't mean he doesn't see his kid for 10 weeks. It reverts back to the normal scheduled parenting time, which may be on again, off again, depending on what the parties agree. If it were up to the courts, the default parenting time thing is an alternating weekends and then a couple weeks continuous in the summer. It could be continuous for 2 weeks. It could be 1 week continuous, maybe in June and another week in August. There's different ways to break it up. In most cases, though, the default system of the court for what is an ideal summer parenting time is not necessarily going to be the schedule that dad and mom think is ideal. For example, if dad has custody, he may think that 2 weeks for the mom is ideal and he should have 10, but reasonable minds probably will say, well, you know what? The academic year is tough. There's always places to take the child. There's always school and activities interfering. Summertime is the time when both parties have a good opportunity to spend some quality time without the burden of a school schedule with their children. Should that be split 10 weeks to one, 2 weeks to the other? Probably not. It should probably be a little bit more fair, a little bit more equitable in the division. Having said that, it's not always true. Sometimes, given the work schedules of the parents, there is no difference between the academic year and the summertime year. Mom has the same demanding work schedule. So the fact that the child is off doesn't really help her, or vice versa, depending on the situation. I would say this. It should be clear to you that every situation is very fact-specific, taking into account the child, the age of the child, the relationship between the parties, the work schedule of the parties, and therefore, it doesn't really lend itself to a system that's ideal for everybody. If you have questions about your schedule, reach out, and of course, we'll be glad to help you out.